Okay.
Nope. Yeah, I'm just trying to get it to this so you guys can see me real quick. Hold on 1 second. There we go. Oh, okay, beautiful. I'll come over here. You won't see my head.
You have the list, correct, in front of you?
Hi, guys. So there is 6 vehicles that need some work to them. Can everyone hear me okay? Okay, I know it's tough to see me. Hold on 1 second. Oh, got it. You know, who says I can't do 2 jobs? Okay, so in your packet you received via email, there are 6 fire apparatuses. There are 3 at Flanders and 3 in Niantic. They all have various repairs that need to be done. Just going through them, B21, the Flanders engine 1, there was damage responding to a call when it hit a rock wall in a tight driveway. Responding to an emergency. So that was just an accident in its normal course of its duties. Niantic Engine 2 backed into a building. That was a volunteer fireman that did that, and they've had, I believe Bill Bundy talked to the Board of Selectmen about this, and that individual has been coached as to how to back in the vehicle going forward. Flanders Tower 25, that is the town's, one of our 2 ladder trucks. The power steering pump O-ring on that let go, and due to the nature of that, we only have 2 of those in town. That's really an important piece of equipment. Niantic Engine 1, that's the old engine there. It has a rotted ground wire. Okay, so now we're getting a new fire truck, hopefully in the next month or so, to replace this one. But in the meantime, we still need to have our fire apparatuses operational. And due to its age, it's starting to show that age. So it's going to need some of these repairs until we can replace that vehicle. Niantic Engine 3, the door latch, that's just a little latch on one of the boxes broke, and now it's kind of flapping open and hard to open, so replace that just to ease operations there. And then Flanders Rescue B27. These are old pieces of equipment, and this one had a rotted out exhaust. And I don't know if it fell off or what exactly happened there, but just in an effort to maintain the current equipment we have instead of spending millions of dollars on new apparatuses. We have money left over in contingency this year. In discussions with the fire chief, we're trying to get all these vehicles in operational shape, ready to go. So, anything you want to add there, Dan?
Well, just, on the old Engine 1, I think that was a 1992 engine, if I'm not mistaken, and we are getting a replacement engine soon, but it would be nice to be able to sell it or keep it as a backup. So, and it has to be operational, at least for now, until we get the new truck. So, it's important that we spend that $4,000 on that truck, even though it's.
That was going to be my question.
Yeah. It's a necessary piece of equipment. We don't have the replacement yet, and hopefully once they get it, running in decent shape, then they would have the option to keep that as an additional backup truck, or I think maybe more appropriately try to sell it and we can't get money for it. There is a market for it. So at least that's my understanding. So we need to have it in operational status in order to maximize any recovery we might get if we sell it.
So then my other question is, the estimated total is 22,000, but an action needed was to transfer 20,000.
Yep, so there's a few dollars left in that, from the last tranche we did of appropriations. There's a few $1,000s left, so we don't need the entire amount approved. We already have, I think, 3,000 or 4,000 in there already. So this is just to get us to pay for all of these projects. So there was a little reconciliation there. So I believe there's $4,000 already in there. We're looking for 20, which is about 24,000. I think the total was 22 for the equipment, which leaves us about $2,000 in case a repair is a little more costly than we were expecting, or God forbid something else breaks.
There's a little bit of a buffer in there, just as Kevin said. Hopefully nothing else goes wrong. But
Yep. And whatever's not used, returns back to the general fund
yeah.
at the end of the year. So this is just to cover us through June 30, just so everyone knows these repairs. So. No, so after June 30, all the accounts are zeroed out. Everything that's left gets wiped into the general fund balance. Right. So that's how that fund balance kind of grows. Whatever we don't spend, any less expenses than revenues, that's the net income essentially, and that goes into the fund balance. So. Dan, could you hear? Hold on one second, John. Can you repeat that, John? I gotcha. Okay. Sorry, we had to walk up. There's only one little, the AC's bumping in this room right now. We can barely hear you guys. But so that $1,000 door latch is, I think that's replacement, obviously, for the piece, and then labor. I don't know if they have to take the entire door off or what the extent of the repair is. So I'm not quite sure, if it's $1,000 or maybe it's $800, and they're doing a few dollars in contingency in case something else is wrong with that truck as it's getting a look over. Oh, hold on, let me go back over to the speaker if you're going to ask another question. Hold on one sec. All right, good to go. Okay, hang on. That's not working either. I don't hear you when I listen. When possible, we would shop around, but some of these, I believe most of these are getting fixed at New England Fire, which is our preferred vendor at the moment for fire apparatus repairs. That's where we bought our new fire truck from. So to some degree, some of these repairs, like that O-ring repair, I think that went either to the nearest shop or to New England Fire. So some of these, if they're on the operational piece, we send it away. The fire chief and the deputy fire chief will call either myself or Dan, let us know there's an issue, especially now that they don't have a budget. And then, since this is an operational piece of equipment they need right away, a lot of these, Dan will give them approval to kind of authorize, hey, go get that fixed so we have that truck operational. So when possible, like when we, procured the fire trucks, those obviously, did the RFP process. But like the $1,000 one, I don't believe that had a bid package put together. So the smaller dollar amounts, no. And the larger dollar amounts, we send those, if it's a specialized fix, those get sent out to the specialized dealer. So in some of those instances, the purchasing policy is waived due to either continuity of services or, specified manufacturer or something like that. So, and I did ask, just so everyone is aware, I have asked the question whether the town garage had the possibility of fixing these pieces of equipment. The problem is you need a specialized certificate to work on a fire apparatus. It's not just a diesel mechanic. You have to have a fire, whatever the certification is, to work on a fire apparatus, because it is a first line, first response vehicle, and that requires a more stringent certification than just like a diesel mechanic kind of thing. So I was exploring all options as these bills were coming in. So
Anyone else have anything? All right, anyone like to make a motion? Do I have a second? Motion has been made and seconded. Is there any further discussion? No? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? No? Motion carries 400. Next is public discussion. Public haven't missed 20 since the start of the meeting, right?
nope.
Under board comments, any fellow board members have anything they want to share? I'll just say I hope everyone has a wonderful Memorial Day weekend and tribute to our veterans that we lost. Motion to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? No. Motion carries 400. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Have a good night.